What's going on, guys? This is John J Gaming on the mic, welcoming you guys to another episode of the St. Thomas Dynasty here on NCAA 14. Today we got ourselves a pretty good matchup here as we're posed to take on Cal, who's 3-1 on the season so far. We haven't won a single game yet. We're still trying to get our footing, trying to get used to his new offense, as it's a completely new offensive look, and we've definitely paid for it early on. But if you guys remember, last year on Senior Day, we gave these guys a heck of a time, and I think we can do that again, and maybe, just maybe with our better defense, pull out the victory. So if you're excited for this one, smash that like button, hit me up in the comments below, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Let's go ahead and jump into this matchup. Let's freaking go. Now, before I do go into this game between Cal and St. Thomas, I do want to introduce you guys to a couple of custom recruits. First, we have Andre Luck. Y'all know him as Mike Williams, and he's only a junior. It's his first season here at St. Thomas, but I have a feeling he's going to make some good stats during his time here, as the man is currently our second best wide receiver, and with Kevin Stone graduating next year, Andre Luck is set up to be our best wide receiver next season. So it looks like he is going to be a difference maker for us, going to at least put up some good stats over the next couple of seasons. And then the other customer recruit that I want to talk about is my boy Bobby Football. Bobby Football is a 6'7" safety. I did change the stats a little bit because it was requested in the Discord. It's actually a somewhat interesting Discord. Make sure to check that out, as well as my Patreon if you want to support me in a more personal way. But Bobby Football is also a thing. He's a custom recruit, 62 overall, and he's now the starting free safety for your St. Thomas Tommies. Alright, so St. Thomas will start with the ball here to start this game. We'll rematch against Cal. They did beat us on Senior Day last year, so we tried to go to a receiver. He was open. Of course, a receiver was not ready for it, and now we got a 3rd and 9 coming up here. We throw to our right, and Chad McKenzie comes down with that catch. We got ourselves a first down. Nice 19-yard gain on the play. But now the St. Thomas drive continues. We throw it to Freddie Gibson. It was a little behind, but thankfully Freddie was able to reach back and grab that catch. That would have been a first down if it was just thrown on target, but we'll still pick up the first down anyways. John Wilson sliding down. So now 1st and 10. John Wilson going back to pass, and it's a diving catch for Andrew Green. That should be a top 10 nomination play. Laying out to grab that pass. Another first down. And now St. Thomas is driving, going upfield, finds Freddie Gibson again. This time it's 19 yards on that one, and it's 1st and goal coming up for the St. Thomas Tommies. They trying to take a 7-0 lead, but first play at the 1st and goal, we do get thrown for a loss. Option goes terribly wrong, is now 3rd and goal. We're looking around. We're just gonna go ahead and throw this thing out of bounds, and we're going to go ahead and settle for a few points. So now we deal with Cal's offense last year, and it was an exciting game last year. They do like to do the short passes a lot, as they do just that with Andy Rogers with an 9-yard gain on the play, setting up 3rd and 5 for the Cal Bears. And they go to Malachi Polk. Malachi Polk was the person that broke our hearts and our dreams last year, as now Cal has a first down. So a couple of plays later, Henderson, he's looking around. He's going to throw to his left to Dixon, and Jimmy Dixon is able to muscle his way to, looks like about the 25-yard line, give or take. Is now 2nd and 8 coming up. They throw to the right to Andy Rogers. Gets it off just in time, right before the rush can get there. And we do actually get a stop, as Cornelius Henderson decides to throw it away here. And they also settle for a field goal, so still got a tie ball game. But now let's see if our offense can get something more going here, as we start off by throwing to Andre Luck, who picks up 6 on that one. He makes it nice and reasonable, as we got a 2nd and 4 coming up here. Gonna try to read option. And we're going to pick up the first down and a little bit more, as John Wilson's just going to... No one really expects John Wilson to do much. He's not as fast as Jesse Wallen was, but he can run the read option if needed to. Obviously, we can't run it as much as we try to throw it to Kevin Stone, but it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 coming up here. We're going to got the keeper, and Wilson, he's going to slide down, nearly pick up the first once again. Would have liked to see him try to muscle his way to the first down marker, but, you know, it's only an inch, which I'm sure we should be fine in getting. And we're going to do just that as Dilkins runs over a defender and is able to pick up 6 yards on that one. Always really nice to see when you can muscle these defenders down onto the ground. Dilkins with a nice strong run, as now we go to Andre Luck again, who picks up a lot of yards there. And that is how this first quarter is going to end. We got ourselves, you know, a close game here against the number 24 team in the country. Let's see if we can keep up the excellent work. Alright guys, welcome back to the second quarter here of the St. Thomas vs. Cal game. First thing we're going to do, it's Ryan Sanders. He's actually looking extremely good coming out of the backfield. Brings the defender to the ground. It's a gain of 20. As now we got a 1st and goal as St. Thomas looks to take the lead here. And we start by running up the gut and can get 5 yards on that play. Setting up 2nd and goal for the Tommies football team, as Dilkins is trying to run to the corner. He's just going to get there, and St. Thomas is going to take the lead on the number 24 team in the nation. But now let's see if we can keep this lead here, as Cal is going to go ahead and take over. Henderson going to drop back the pass, throw to his left to Carlos Brooks. And just Joel White thankfully was able to bring him down. But a gain of 25 was not how we wanted to start it. As next play is Henderson again, this time going over the middle to Jimmy Dixon. He picks up 10 on that one. As now it's another 1st. But this time they go play action. It's another throw up the middle. And initially they don't get the 1st, but they almost get it on the 2nd effort. As now 2nd and inches, they're going to switch it off to a read option. Jeff Arnold is, actually that was Brian Cook. Brian Cook gets stiff armed into the ground. You hate to see a quarterback do that to one of your defenders. That's just the nature of our team, as Cornelius Henderson throws an incompletion. So now it's 3rd and 7. Let's see if we can get a stop here, as Henderson's going to drop back the pass. He's going to throw over the middle. He's going to try to get it to Elijah Moharo, but it's way too short. And they'll settle for the field goal, so now we got a 10-6 lead. But we know that if we want to win this game, we got to get some more points on the board. The lead is nice for right now, but this game went out to a shootout that went to the very last moments. The last time that we played these guys here at St. Thomas, actually. As now we have a 2nd and 12. Mark McDaniel does make the catch. It's a little underthrown, but it's still caught anyways. As now we have a 3rd and 6 coming up. John Wilson is looking around. Doesn't really see anybody. He's going to check it down to Mark McDaniel. If he would have found him earlier, he would have had the 1st down, but I guess he wanted something a little bit more, and now they punt it away. So now we deal with Cal's offense again, and this time they go deep to Jimmy Dixon. He's brought down from behind by by one of our defenders. Had a complete brain fart for some reason, Corey Fitzpatrick. But it's now they are quickly in St. Thomas territory, as now Henderson's looking around. He's just gonna throw it away. I'm surprised it's not intentional grounding, because there was nobody in the vicinity, but that's NCAA 14 for you. But now we got 3rd and 7, and of course they find Andy Rogers over the middle, and it's gonna be for a touchdown. And for the first time today, Cal is going to take the lead. And then on our next possession, we do go 3 and out, so we quickly see Cal back on the field. Their offense, as they look to make this a 2-score game. Henderson's going to throw to his left, and Derek Jackson can't make the tackle. Neither can, seems like, any of our defenders. Looks like Brian Cooks finally takes him out of bounds, but not before a gain of 30. It would have been a loss of 4 if we actually would have just came up and make a tackle, but that would have been too easy. You know, we gotta add a little suspense and drama into our games apparently. As now we got a minute 30 left in this first half. It's to Carlos Brooks going up the gut. It's Bobby Football bringing him down from behind for a gain of 12. As Cal's looking to make this a 2-score game. But it's going to be a lot harder with Josh Parker coming in. Getting this running back for a loss of 4. So now we got a 2nd and 14 coming up here. Henderson's looking around and it's nearly picked off. Josh Parker did have his hands on it, but he can't make the catch. He doesn't have good hands like Allstate. So now it's a 3rd and 14. Henderson going to the back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. Looks like he couldn't get a foot down. As now it's a 16-10 ball game here. St. Thomas looking to try to get some points on the board before the end of this first half. It's John Wilson. He's going to start by throwing to Freddie Gibson up the middle. Do get 7 yards, but do have to take a timeout here. As now John Wilson looks like he's changed the play to last second, and it's intercepted by Patu. It was the correct read as Freddie Gibson was open on that play, but it was just a bad throw. I don't know what, if John just didn't set his feet or what was going on there, but now we have Cal back on the field and we need a big stand for our defense here, because this could be a moment where things start to get out of control, and that I don't know if that's going to happen because Carlos Brooks already has these guys on the 1-yard line. 1st and goal coming up as they could make this a 13-point game in a blink of an eye. And Henderson, he's going to find Carlos Brooks again, and that is going to make this a 23-10 game. As now we have our guys back on the field again. Let's see if we can get a touchdown, or at least not throw an interception, as Mark McDaniels is open. He's going down the sideline. He's brought down, but not until we get past the 30-yard line. St. Thomas can make this a 10-point game at the very least. At least get some points on the board. So now 2nd and 10 coming up. John Wilson looking to throw. He's going to throw over the middle. But Jordan Love, not related to Jordan Love, that was just drafted by Utah State, or from Utah State. He makes another, he gets an interception, and now we go into halftime down by 13, and Cal gets the ball back. Let's see if we can get it together. Alright guys, so welcome back to the second half of this ball game here. We find ourselves down by 13 points. Cal does get the ball to start this second half. As Henderson's going to throw to his right, he's going to throw it to Malachi Polk. He only gets a few yards before he's immediately brought down by Fitzpatrick. But then we almost get the stop, but no, it's not that easy. Derek Jackson here is going to be called for the face mask. And what would have been a 3-and-out would instead be a 10-yard penalty that's going to give Cal a free first down. So now we have Cal back on the field after the penalty here. It's Henderson dropping back the pass. He's going to throw to his left to Carlos Brooks. And Brian Cooks lays the hammer down on Brooks. It's a gain of 6, but you love to see hits like that. I love to see if we can get more of that. As we bring Henderson down on the very next play, it's a loss of 4. Then let's see if we can actually get this stop here on 3rd down. We almost had the last time, and it looks like we're not going to even be close this time. As Brian Cooks is going to, actually that's Jeff Arnold, going to have to bring him out of bounds. Is now 2nd and 7 for Cal a couple of plays later. And it's Bobby Football bringing him down. Tyler Sherman makes a catch, but Bobby Football is not letting him go anywhere. As now we got a 3rd and 1 coming up here. Henderson dropping back the pass. He's throwing to his right to Gray. The fullback gonna cruise into the end zone. And in just a blink of an eye is gonna make this a 30-10 game. St. Thomas feels like just a couple minutes ago was just in a position to tie this ball game. But now we're down by 20. And now we really need our offense to step up here. We can't play around any longer. We need points on the board. As Wilson, he's going to throw to Kevin Stone. He's going to pick up the first. As it looks like St. Thomas is moving into their no huddle quickly. Don't want to waste any time. We're going to throw over the middle to Denny Dilkins. Dilkins is able to pick up a few yards as they were playing a soft zone. As they are going to throw over the middle to Kevin Stone. He's going to pick up a lot more than 6 yards. St. Thomas is starting to find their groove again, but can it end in points? Next play, John Wilson trying to pitch it. We had the pitch button pressed, but I guess NCAA 14 doesn't want us to have any luck today, as there's another potential first down positive play. It's instead dropped. So instead of maybe 2 first downs in a row, we got a 3rd and 14 coming up. And we're looking desperately. We're going to try to launch it, but we just don't have the time to do so. And so after a promising start to this drive, we got to punt it away. So now, Cal, they have the ball right back. Henderson's going to throw over the middle. He's going to be brought down by a combined effort of Brian Cook and Jeff Arnold. Gain of 6 on that one. As next play, it's good. A quarterback draw, actually, and Chris Hill is able to trip him up, but is able to still stumble forward for the first down. As 3 minutes left, Cal is looking to take complete control as Mohero exposes the middle of our defense, as Cal is just having whatever they want in this game thus far, at least since the first quarter. Cal already has over 340 yards passing. You hate to see it, as pass defense is supposed to be a strong suit for us, but we do at least get them to throw the ball away. So now, 2nd and 10 coming up here. It's Henderson throwing to the right. He's going to find Tyler Sherman, and it's immediately brought down by Corey Fitzpatrick, who does bring him down hard onto the ground. As now it's 3rd and 5. Throw to the left. It's just enough for the first. Oh my goodness. We were just having a hard time with 3rd down defense. We're doing what we can the first couple of downs. So 1st and 2nd down, we're doing fine. But it's this 3rd down defense. We're letting them get first downs off of it. And as a result, they're keeping this offense on the field. And we're going to nearly pay for it, as the Carlos Brooks almost gets into the end zone, but Derek Jackson and Joel Light are able to close up at the very last second. But we won't be so fortunate this time, as the Carlos Brooks gets into the end zone again. That is a really ugly bear. Let me know down in the comments if that's probably the ugliest mascot you have ever seen in NCAA 14. But now it's a 37-10 game, as they're going actually deep down the sideline to Tyler Sherman. It's a perfectly placed ball, and because of the St. Thomas 3 and out, we just can't get anything going. The wheels are starting to fall off here, as they're able to get another first down. That's 2 first downs in a row. And now just all of a sudden on the 35, we almost get to the quarterback, but it's almost caught off the deflection. We don't get the deflection, unfortunately, though, as we could really use an interception. But we are getting some pass breakups as we end this 3rd quarter, and that is how the quarter is going to end. It's not looking good for us, but maybe, just maybe, we can find a way to at least finish strong. Let's see if we can figure things out in the 4th. Okay, guys, so welcome back to the 4th quarter, as Henderson he's going to throw immediately to his right to Malachi Polk, and so much for finishing strong, because the first thing they do, gain of 29, it's 1st and goal. But hopefully we can get a stop here, as DeCarlos Brooks nearly bulldozes into the end zone. But let's see if we can get a stop. 2nd and goal here. Moore almost jumps off sides, but that's not going to be the case, as Cornelius Henderson is going to jump in. And at that point, I just went ahead and started simming, get some of the backups in, and that's how this game is going to end. We lose this game 50-10. It's crazy how things unfolded on us like that, as we did have a legit chance to at least make this a more competitive game, if not win. We were playing so well for the most part in the first half, then the wheels just completely decided to fall off. Alright, so checking out the stats for our guys today, and it was another really rough one. John Wilson, he had less than 250 yards passing, 2 interceptions. Desi Lindsay came in relief during the 4th quarter. He couldn't get anything going either. running game. We really tried our best to get our running game going early on, but then we fell behind and, you know, couldn't get anything going. But Dilkins did get our only touchdown today, so that's a nice highlight. It gave us a lead at the time, which is really cool to see. Receivers, you know, we spread it out, you know, pretty evenly, like butter for the most part on toast. And Andre Luck led us in catches, with Mark McDaniel leading us in actual receiving yards, but nobody caught a touchdown today. And then our defense, you know, our defense, you know, really did well at first, and then when our offense doesn't get going, you know, I guess it demoralizes our defense because it just comes like a downhill spiral. And, you know, Jeff Arnold did lead us some tackles. You know, it wasn't all bad. We also got one sack. Aaron Moore got a sack for us today, but I mean, it just wasn't a good game. It wasn't nearly as close as it was last year when we played these guys. Alright, so now we just have to keep looking forward. We're going to play San Diego State in the next game. They're 4-0, but they only have a B-C, B kind of team, so they are definitely winnable. We just have to figure things out desperately on offense, as it's so much worse than last year. Hopefully we can figure it out, and I hope that you guys also enjoyed this video. Make sure you smash that like button and hit subscribe if you're brand new. This is John J Gaming on the mic, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care, everybody.